500 years ago, a man called Nostradamus wrote almost 1,000 predictions about the future. Many believe he predicted such world events such as the rise and fall of Napoleon and Hitler, the French Revolution, the Great Fire of London, just to name a few. There are others out there who believe the writings of Nostradamus are simply coincidence, or stories of past history, or even so vague that they can be interpreted in any way. Yet his uncanny accuracy has kept his writings alive all these years. So join me as we explore the strange, the supernatural, the psychic predictions of Nostradamus. Hi, I'm Lou, and welcome to the Nostradamus Files. Through my research, I've discovered 2 more Nostradamus predictions that pertain to current events. But first, I'd like to give a few updates from some previous episodes. In news relating to Episode 2, The False Trumpet, the country of Turkey has made some bold remarks against its ally, the United States, condemning the U.S. for its support of Israel's actions. On July 28, 2024, Turkey threatened military action against Israel as the relationship between Turkey and the U.S. deteriorates. Egypt and the United States are still trying to negotiate a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas. It seems to be going nowheres. In news relating to Episode 3, COVID, during interviews on May 16, 2024, by Congress's Select Committee on the Coronavirus Pandemic, the former acting National Institute of Health Director and current Principal Deputy Director, Dr. Lawrence Tabak, in a shocking admission, admitted that the NIH was funding gain-of-function research in Wuhan, China, contradicting Dr. Anthony Fauci's previous statements. Dr. Anthony Fauci still refuses to admit the truth. And finally, in news relating to Episode 4, World War, on July 17, 2024, North Korea and Russia signed an agreement that pledges mutual aid if one or the other faces aggression. In August of 2024, Ukraine made an incursion into Russian territory. Russia blames the West as Ukraine is using weapons provided by the United States. In an interesting note, in the country of Bulgaria, who is a member of China's Belt and Road Initiative, in an extremely rare find, archaeologists unearthed a rare marble statue of the Greek god Hermes. And now, let's take a look at 2 more predictions of Nostradamus. The free city of liberty is New York City. It is the most famous icon of liberty in the world. For generations, people have come to New York City seeking freedom. Here, Nostradamus uses the Latin word serve or service, which means servant or slave. This is what has become of New York City. New York City has become the refuge of profligates and dreamers. The word profligate means extravagant, wasteful, and shamelessly immoral. Dreamers are also known as children of illegal immigrants. Now these migrants that have been arriving to New York City have been provided food and shelter, in some cases at luxurious hotels. It is also known that these migrants have wasted a huge amount of food, as it is not to their liking. Migrant crime is rampant. I'll never forget the migrant who held up both his middle fingers to everyone in defiance as he was released from custody without bail for assaulting a police officer. Migrant children have been arrested for robbery. The New York City taxpayers are footing the bill for all of this. Almost $5 billion has been spent to accommodate these migrants so far, and that number is expected to double within the next few years. New York City is truly enslaved, as there seems to be no end in sight. That money could have been used to better the lives of everyone in New York City. Biden became president, and unlike Trump's policy that was to keep these people out, Joe Biden opened the border and welcomed these profligates into our country. These migrants are arriving daily as their numbers are increasing dramatically. Joe Biden was obviously frustrated at his fellow Democrats for pretty much pushing him out of his bid for a second term at the White House. Joe Biden became the President of the United States in January of 2021. In Biden's first 20 months as president, he ruled through executive order, defied the Supreme Court, created COVID mandates, as well as a war on parents. He refused to uphold his constitutional duty of securing our borders by allowing millions of people to enter this country illegally. In September of 2022, which was exactly 20 months since he became president, he gave a most infamous speech with a hellish red background that looked like something out of a Star Wars movie. It was about the wickedness of the MAGA Republicans, painting them as a threat to our country. I believe this speech kept the red wave from coming in the midterm elections and was the point of peak power of the Biden administration. Tyrant indeed. Joe Biden gave way on July 21st, 2024, as he stepped down as the Democratic presidential nominee. And in a final act of cruel defiance against those who pushed him out, as well as all of America, he immediately gave his support to Kamala Harris. I believe with this last prediction, and the prediction that we saw in episode 1, where Nostradamus predicts Trump will be vanquished, driven out, that somehow Kamala Harris will become the next president of the United States. And as Nostradamus predicts, she will do way worse for America than Joe Biden has done. I hope I'm wrong on this. As a veteran, I love my country with my heart and soul. I hope everyone gets out there and votes this next election, as this next election will be the most important one in the history of this great nation. Even Nostradamus has said that the future is not set. It can be changed. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. And I'll see you next time on the Nostradamus Files.